Greetings, everyone. Greetings. How's everyone doing? Guess little stuff I want to get off my chest. So I want to talk about something that needs to be talked about, and I want to say thank you just for giving me the opportunity to come into your presence again. Like I always say, sometimes the truth can be ugly, and the truth can be uh, good, and it can be bad. But um, I want to talk about uh, living in sheep clothing, but your actions are like a wolf. And the reason I came up with that title is because, uh, sometimes you have discussions and sometimes you have debate on situations that um, they can lead up to a disagreement or someone in their feelings or someone just don't like you. But I do want to say thank you again for giving me the opportunity. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. Um, have you ever been or surrounded yourself with people you thought that was your friends or your family, and you sometimes go ride or die for them, but they don't ride or die for you, and you don't find that out until um, it's too late, or they double cross you, or sometimes they do something or they say something that you don't like or it rubs you the wrong way. Sometimes we as human beings, we always go on our emotions, and sometimes our emotions can run us into a monk. Sometimes our emotions can put us in situations to where you cannot go back. There's no return. And sometimes we as human beings allow ourselves to get hurt, or we allow ourselves to be put in situations because we put trust in a person. And sometimes a person can do something that'll rock you to your core. And sometimes you get um, upset. Sometimes you just like, I'm done. I'm tired of it. Sometimes you look at people and like, man, why people are just so evil. Sometimes you look at people and be like, man, is they really human beings, or is they really, just like, wow, these people are really disturbing. But then you don't want to be a part of that vibe, because that vibe, it can make your emotions rev up because there's certain situations. So I want to talk about, I went to a funeral yesterday. And sometimes people can get misscrewed on people actions. And sometimes actions can uh, put you in a trick bag. So sometimes you just got to step back. But you don't realize a person are dangerous, but yet they are a sheep. They come to you as a sheep, but they are just a straight up wolf. You know, sometimes you look at people and you be like, man, ooh, these people are just wicked, but I don't care anyway. So, family sometimes can be lovable. Sometimes family can be embracive. Sometimes family can be just, ooh, sometimes you just want to punch them in the face. But you can't do that because you're going to lose everything. Sometimes you look at family. Now, just because we got the same blood and the same last name, that doesn't make you family. Because family, to me, is someone that's going to embrace their family member. In spite of what you go through, you're still going to be family. But now let me make sure I make this clear. Unless you have a clique. Now, the clique can consist of a bunch of cousins coming together um, to think they feel important, feel like they better than you. And this is why I say people come to you as a sheep, but they are straight up wolves. And I know they listen to my podcast and they must knew I was going to talk about this. But then you got those family members, once again, listen to the words I say, a sheep, but they are wolves. So if a family member always come up, never speak life, never speak positive, never speak no kind of positive energy towards you, but yet you sit up here and just fall back, don't say nothing. If they always come to you with something negative, is that a part of jealousy or envy? Because remember, I did a podcast on Cain and Abel. And sometimes family can make you regret you ever knew their name. I don't care how my family feel about me. I just want to first put that out there. I don't care how you, because I don't lose no sleep the way how you feel, because those are your feelings. And just this way I'm live on this podcast, I can say it to you live to your face. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but I look at it as it's a little bit of jealousy there, because one of my cousins, he tried to turn it around on me. Like, Ronnie, you on this high horse, man. You think you better than the family. I thought about that thing. I pondered on that thing. I said, I know that's not my character. I know that's not me. But you know how sometimes people can make you feel like you're the guilty one, but they reverse on you like it's your fault. Try to make you feel bad, but all the time is them. Now, let's talk about my family. My family are very interesting. They're very funny. They're very entertaining. But you still got to show love to people in spite of. No matter how they treat you, you still got to show love. And love is the key here. Let me put emphasis on that. Love is the key. Family. Sometimes family can be your worst nightmare. Sometimes family can be the most lovable thing. But let me tell you about my family. Now, my family, they have a clique. Evidently, I don't fit in the clique because I'm not afraid or ashamed to say what's on my mind. But you know, the clique of this family, all they do is talk about each other. Now, my aunt passed, and I know some of them are listening. And now, this was the same aunt, right? I talked to her before she passed. And she told me she was proud of me. I appreciate it. She told me, she said, Ronnie, you keep doing your podcast and you keep doing stuff that makes you happy. I said, thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. But let me tell you about the bad side of it. Now, these the same people that has a clique. Now, I can be a mean person. I can put a slew of names out there. And I know they're listening to my podcast. So I want to do me a favor. Call everybody, have a seat, and listen to what I got to say. So, have you ever been in a room to where you felt like it's a lot of people there, but you feel alone? But you know in this room, it's a lot of people there, but then you can feel the tension. If looks could kill, I'll be dead. Because let me tell you, I got so shunned away from my family, but who cares? Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't care about none one of y'all. And yes, I distance myself is because I know me. And let me tell you something. It can pull some out of me that I don't want to go back to. And this is a promise. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm not doing none of that. But all I'm trying to make a point is that when you feel that you think you're better than the next person and you don't have nothing yourself, you have to take a long look at you and look at it. Because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, we're all struggling. We're all trying to keep a roof over our head. We're all trying to keep food in our belly. But once you become that image of you, like you're better than somebody. So I heard a comment. One of the cousins said that she's not close to them people up in DC. I said, I said, really? I said, but out of respect, that's still my aunt. But once again, that clickerish, that's what I don't like being a part of. I want to send this out to my family. And I know you're listening. I want to send this out. How can you say you family when you treat each other like crap? You talk about each other, and these are the same people that's in this clique talking about one another, about each other, and discussing each other personal business about each other. So I said, So I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. I just want to say, I love each and one of y'all because you're family. I got to show love. I got to show it in spite of how you feel about me. I don't care how you feel about me. But let me explain something to you. The same people that you tarnish away and you turn your back on and you keep sleeping on God, that God can't make it happen, is the same person going to give you your last cup of water. And I say this moreover, I don't like that clickery stuff because it can be trouble. It can be a lot of trouble heading down that path. So at the end of the day, how do you deal with family members that's like that? Do you talk about them? Do you still show love? Or do you distance yourself? Because you can love a person a mile away, even though they're not in your presence. You still can love them because why? You have to love. That's one of the commandments. But I'm being hated. Why? Because I speak what's my truth. Can't nobody stop me from speaking my truth. Can't nobody do that because I'm going to continue to speak my truth. And sometimes it might hurt people's feelings because people don't like the way I say it. They don't like it, how I deliver it. And some say, well, Ron, you're not educated. You don't speak properly. But you understand exactly what I'm saying to you to get your flesh all riled up. But sometimes people are envy of you. It's because they had different plans on hoping that your life don't turn out the way that they talked about. Sometimes people can really make you punch them in the face. Come on, ready to fight. Come on, put up your dukes. So the thing about it is that when people feel that they are got a little money, got a little cars, got a little house, do you understand? God can take that within a split second. But I'm here to tell you, come up off your high horse because it was reversed back to me that I was on a high horse and I think I'm better than people. I don't know where he get that from. Don't nobody know your struggles. So at the end of the day, people will shun you, hate you because you are different. Because you're not speaking the same language they're speaking. They will shun you. And family will be the first one to do it. When family see a family member that's shooting straight ahead, that's doing something right, doing something positive, they gonna talk about them. Why? It's because one, they are envy because why? Because the life that they plan for you It didn't turn out that way because God had another plan for your life. So this is why I say we as human beings, we got to come together, stop all this foolishness. But I'm still going to be me. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing just because you're a family member. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And people can say all things about me. I don't get caught up on that. But the thing about it is, when you talk about me, at least give me the opportunity to defend myself. I can't defend myself when you talk behind my back because that's in my rear view mirror. All I can see is your shadow. So stop hiding in the bushes. Stop hiding behind trees. Come and talk to me. Have the discussion. You can shun me away. You can do whatever you want to do. Those are your emotions. Those are your feelings. You have that right. But I'm the type of person, I'm approachable. I am. But you just don't like the way it's being delivered because why? Because it's your feelings. I don't care nothing about your feelings at all. At all. Trust me, I don't. But anyway, when I was at the funeral, now I know all my cousins, a few greeted me, not saying I'm all that I had to be walk up and kiss, bow down to my feet, kiss my finger. Nah, it's not about that. But yet we're at a funeral, but yet the funeral was off. You had that little clicker that I said earlier. I had cousins walking past me like I didn't exist. Sometimes people get offended what you say, or sometimes people get mad because you're in their presence and they're scared that you're going to say something to them. One thing I've noticed about people, when people are jealous, they would try to say anything to knock you off your position. Because for one, they looking at your life like, how did he get there? Two, he's still pushing ahead. No matter what he goes through, he still pushes ahead. And that pisses them off. You know why I pissed them off? It's because they see that you're not stopping. I'm not going to allow anybody to have me or anyone in my path that can stop my blessings. You're not worth my time. But yet you always want to say, it just sometimes people are so evil. And if you don't fit in their circle, they would look like you're the bad person, like you pressed to be let me just let's say this to my family, because I know you're listening. I don't care in this lifetime if I never, and I'm not saying this with no anger, I'm not saying this with no bitterness. I don't care if I never see y'all again. Never. Because you know why? Where was you at with my struggles? Where was you at when I was homeless? Where was you at? You know, one of my cousins told me he didn't have my phone number. What was you at when I was locked up? Where? But yet, we're family. Once again, I'm not part of that clique because I speak against the homosexuality that's in this family. I speak on the dumb shit you do. I speak on all that. Why? Because I'm not the person going to agree with the dumbness that goes on in this family. And I'm confident and I'm comfortable saying that if I never see you again, because the scriptures say, come from under them. And the scriptures say that it's because they know how people are. People allow their emotion to take advantage of them and allow them to lead them in the wrong direction. And this is why people are killing people, because of emotions. So let me explain something to you. Sometimes we as human beings, if we don't understand who we are, you'll never know your destination. One thing I noticed with this family is that they only confront who they want to confront. And to me, you can confront me about anything, and I stand 10 toes down on anything that I say. I'm going to tell you about it to your face, whether you like it or you don't like it. I don't care how you feel about me. I sleep good at night. I do. But you have to take a look at yourself and find out who you are. You can talk about a person all day long, but what are you doing to help that person to elevate to their next level? Sometimes we as human beings, we think that just because you can think you can do what you want to do to a person or say what you want to a person, that just makes you better than that person. Just because you got degrees and all that, that I don't care nothing about. I don't have no degrees. But let me explain something to you. I'd rather have street knowledge than book sense. Because you know why? Because I know that book sense gonna get me where I need to be. That common sense. That common sense is gonna get me where I need to be. So this is why I'm not tripping on how somebody feel about me. No, I don't care nothing about that. But I do care you're not going to handle me any kind of way, and I don't defend myself. If you have a problem with me, come to me. Don't talk about no, don't do that. That's a coward move. When you have a problem with a person, come to that person, because that way it cuts the confusion down, because they're gonna get to about 3 or 4 people before the right one get to you. They don't like the way I deliver stuff, and that's fine. But you gonna know who I am. I don't care how you feel. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be a part of something that I know is not good for me. People vibes. I mean, you can feel it. Like with that funeral, I felt the tension. You know how some people just fake, hey cuz, how you doing, cuz? But at the end of the day, they would get, see, one thing I noticed with this family is if they can get 1 or 2 people rowdy up against you because they don't like you, if they get a lot of people to turn against you, I don't care what you do. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care if you never ever like me. I don't care. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I need you then, and I sure don't need you now. But I still gotta show love. I gotta love you. Because that's one of the commandments, to love. See, some would say, I'm doing this out of hatred. I'm doing this out of jealousy. I'm doing this because I'm not doing none of this because it needs. I'm the person who's going to talk about the stuff that people talk about behind closed doors. Now, I say more over on my podcast. Family is the worst. Yes, I said it. That's why I named this title the way I named it. And that's directly to family and friends. I'm telling you, because the enemy can use the family because that's the closest to you, family and your kids. Those are two that can really get under your skin. So this is why sometimes you just gotta look at people, shake your head, dust your feet off, and keep it moving. You think? Because at the end, who are you trying to say, man, I can't stand him. I don't like him. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm not on this earth for nobody to like me. because you're going to die just like me. You're just passing through just like me. So I want to call names so bad, but I'm just going to let it ride. I'm going to let it ride. Trust me. And when they hear this, or if they're listening, they know who they are. But I'm not going to go against something that I don't do. Now, for example, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that stuff. So why should I put myself in an environment that I don't do? Is it helping me? Now, just imagine, for example, now all this drinking and stuff going on. What if I was an alcoholic and I go around all this drinking? Will it help me, or would it be temptation for me to just take a swig and just say, "Oh, it ain't gonna hurt nothing"? You have to be around people that's going to enlighten you. You got to be around people that's going to help you stay positive. You got to be around people that's uplifting. Some families ain't worth a penny. Ain't worth it. Sometimes family can be a thorn in your side. Sometimes family can be that person that you just want to just constantly punch in the face and don't stop till you get tired. And then you take a deep breath and then punch them in the face again. Bah, 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 bah. That's how sometimes family push you to a point. They push you and they push you. So sometimes you got to understand, no matter what, you got to stay strong and stand your ground. Sometimes, family, I'd rather dance with a king cobra, a rattlesnake, and a dragon than deal with some of my family members. Because sometimes all they do is gossip, backbiting, chatty patties. That's all they do amongst each other. And half of them working at plants, half of them working at, I mean, come on. Let's be real here. I mean, come on, people. You got to understand something. Before you talk about somebody else, make sure you got your ducks all lined up, because you're not perfect. They get people, once again, gathering up people, they rile them up, they rile them. Well, yeah, come on, we're going to hate Lil Ronnie. We're going to hate him. And then once they got the crowd, just like the KKK, they go out and recruit people to join their ignorance. And that's what family members do with each other. They go out, recruit. Hey, do you like the stuff he said on this podcast? Do you like him? Nah, I really don't like him though. Yeah, girl, I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. And you're going to get mad with me. Why? Because I'm speaking my truth. I don't lose a bit of sleep. And I don't have the time to hate. That's too much energy. That's just too much. That's draining to walk around with all that animosity towards one person. How can you say that you love somebody and you walk around with hate in your heart? So I was going out to my cousin's house. So one of my cousins said, Lil Ronnie always hating. So my cousin wife said, he been hating all the time. I said, what? So I pulled up on her. So I asked her, because I'm a confronter. I'm going to confront you to your face. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to let it fester. I'm going to say it right. I said, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do you mean hating? Hating on what? Lil Ronnie, it's not the time for this. It's not the time. What you mean it's not? There's always the time. You said it out your mouth now. I need an explanation why you said what you said. That's not the time. I was just playing. No, those are your true feelings. But I don't know why she said I'm hating all the time. One thing I've learned about people is that you let them keep talking, they're going to express their true feelings, how they really feel about you. All you got to do is let them keep talking, and their actions will prevail every time. Their action will prevail every time. And that goes for friends too. People will hate you out of cause because you're vocal. You the person that speaks your mind. You're the person that's they call wild or crazy. But yet, they just don't understand you. When someone that never walked in your shoes, never can understand where you come from, and you still come up be an awesome person because of God, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's all to him. I give it all back to him. I don't take no credit. But see, that's the thing. People would dig your grave and throw the dirt on you when it's all said and done. When God step in and bring you back to life and show you a better life, then that's when they get mad. Because people goes on emotions. And when emotions involved, people would say their true feelings when they're angry, their true emotions, they come out, want to talk an hour later. I was just upset. I didn't mean that. But you said it. The scriptures say, within a man's heart, he shall say it. So listen to what people are saying. But you still got to love people, man, in spite of how you feel and how they feel. You still got to show love, because if you don't show love to people, it's going to jump on you to where your walk comes contaminated. So this is why I talk about this stuff, to get it off me. That's why some people are in their feelings. Some people, man, I don't care. I'm going to play some violins for you because that's just putting me to sleep. Like, I'm not going to be in front of you guys long, but I just wanted to do a podcast, and let me advertise that commercial. Just the sponsor. Here we go. Ever heard of a car called Chime? This car is beneficial and has so much stuff that comes with it. It builds your credit to a point to where it can help you get a house, a car loan. You got low interest rate, and also it helps you to establish something that you always wanted to do. Your own business, your own house, and all this great stuff that comes with the perks. There's no late fees on it, but what it does is also helps you as far as it holds your transaction, and 90 days from there, your credit score will go up. Guaranteed. Thank you guys for listening and giving me the opportunity to come into your ear again. I just want to say thank you and peace be.